Kevin has been gone a long time, chasing dreams under the California sun, but in the Kai Season 8 trailer, one moment flips everything upside down. Kevin is back, and not just for a short visit. His return sends shockwaves through the entire South Side. Old wounds open, secrets bubble to the surface, and for some it is a second chance, while for others, it is a threat to everything they built in his absence. What is really behind Kevin's sudden return, and what does it mean for those who tried to move on without him? Kevin's reappearance isn't loud, it is not filled with fanfare or big announcements, it is quiet, subtle, but that is exactly what makes it powerful. The trailer gives us just enough to feel the shift. Kevin's energy is different now. He left as a boy full of rage and pain, trying to find his place in a world that rarely showed him love, but now, there's something colder in his eyes, more guarded. He has seen things grown up in a way that is both inspiring and unsettling, and these are people he left behind. They're not the same either. Keisha is the first to feel the weight of his return ever since Jada's passing and the birth of her child. She has been holding it all together barely. She built her life without depending on her brother, learned how to carry pain and purpose side by side. But Kevin showing up now, it reopens everything she buried. There is relief, sure. She missed him, but there is also resentment. Why now? Why after all this time, when she needed him most and he was nowhere to be found? And let us not forget, Papa. The last time Kevin saw him, Papa was still reeling from his father's death and searching for his identity in Pastor Zeke's shadow. Kevin's sudden return threatens the new balance Papa is trying to find. Zeke's influence on him has grown stronger, but deep down, Papa misses the brotherhood they all shared. And Kevin, he is no longer the same easygoing friend. There is a tension in the air when they reunite, like two people who know too much about each other, but haven't spoken in years, like brothers. But not really. Then there is Jake. Out of everyone, Jake might be the most shaken. When Kevin left, Jake was forced to grow up fast. He took over family responsibilities, tried to run a business, tried to be a man in a world that doesn't wait for boys to catch up. And now Kevin is back, cool, confident, and suddenly interested in reconnecting. But Jake is not just the kid from the block anymore. He has been through his own war zones, his own heartbreak. Rich's influence still lingers in the background. And seeing Kevin again might be the push that finally breaks Jake's composure, or it might be what saves him. Either way, it won't be easy, but the biggest question no one is asking out loud, why is Kevin really back? He says it is for family, for Keisha, for Jada's memorial, but something feels off. There's a hint in the trailer, one small detail that slips through. Kevin isn't just visiting, he is planning to stay, and not just anywhere. He wants to be in the middle of things, right back where the chaos lives, right where old scars never healed. Something he is back for redemption. Others whisper about unfinished business. And I feel like Emmett are smart enough to know that nothing in the Kai happens without a reason, especially not something this big. As this new season unfolds, Kevin's return could be the spark that lights a fire, or the storm that takes everything down. Kevin's return isn't just personal, it is political, emotional, and deeply disruptive. The Kai had finally started finding a rhythm. Emmett and Keisha were stepping into leadership roles, rebuilding trust in a community that has seen too much heartbreak. But Kevin walks back into town like a shadow from the past, reminding everyone who they used to be, and not everyone wants to be reminded. Emmett sees it first. He is trying to build a future, not just for his own son, but for the entire neighborhood. He is organizing events, giving back, and finally acting like the man Jada always believed he could be. But Kevin's presence stirs something in him, a quiet guilt, a memory of promises made and broken. They were supposed to grow up together, build something real together, but Kevin left, and Emmett stayed fighting for every inch of progress. While Kevin lived a different kind of life out west, now that Kevin is back, Emmett is forced to question if everything he built is strong enough to survive the past coming back full force. And isn't there Steve? She has changed a lot too. The trauma, the loss, the new baby, everything shaped her into someone tougher, more focused. She has even started thinking about leaving behind her risky lifestyle. Kevin's return shakes her in a strange way, because it reminds her of who Emmett used to be when Kevin was still around, and that version of Emmett, that version broke her heart. Kevin brings back memories Steve has been working hard to erase. And whether she admits it or not, She is afraid Kevin's presence might undo the man Emmett has become, but while the adults feel the emotional weight, it is the younger generation that might be impacted the most. Damien, Jamal, Zuri, the ones looking for guidance in this messy world. Kevin used to be their blueprint, the smart kid who survived the streets and chased his dream. Now he is back, and they don't know what to make of him. Is he here to lead, or is he lost? Just like the rest of them. There is one scene in the trailer, a quiet moment, easy to miss, where Kevin stands in front of Smokey S, looking out at the block. He doesn't smile, he doesn't speak, but the weight in his eyes says everything. He knows this place changed, he knows he has changed, but deep down, he is still connected to it, and that connection might be the very thing that pulls him deeper than he ever expected. The real twist, there is something Kevin is not telling anyone. In flashes throughout the trailer, we see quick, unexplained moments. Kevin meeting with someone in secret, a cryptic phone call, a package in his backpack that he never lets out of sight. It is subtle, but it is there. Kevin is hiding something, and it is not just about family or friendship. It feels bigger, more dangerous, something that could put everyone at risk if it comes to light. And let us not forget about the turf wars still threatening to tear the South Side apart. Ray and Knock are still out there, their influence spreading like wildfire. Kevin's return might disrupt their grip on the streets, or it might give them new fuel to light another fire. If they see him as a threat, they'll come for him, and if they see him as an opportunity, well, that might be even worse. The Kai has always been about survival, about love, loyalty, pain, and power, but this season, the return of Kevin adds a new layer, a reminder that no matter how far you run, the past always finds its way home. And this time, it is not asking for peace, it is demanding answers.